H Outfitters building on DuPont and C Street. And somehow, with SBA's help and People's Bank, we managed to purchase this thing. And it was maybe 3 times the size of what we really needed. Plus, 2008 came, and 2009 came. Things just started kind of condensing a little bit for us and for most everybody. And we found ourselves, you know, just fewer and fewer people and not needing to bump up to 12 people again. So here we were, like today we have 7 people and we have this 4,000 square foot building. But Mark's vision way back then was to, you know, he's just quite the spatial, you know, planner type. So this is what we're going to do. He created these very large workstations for engineers, you know. So that you could put a big plan on this side, or that side, or this side. And he had this whole concept of modular workstations. And he sketched it out, created, you know, all these modular workstations and put them where they needed to go, and had some leftover space. And he said, let's figure out how to rent out this space to other small businesses. And we even had, in the back, there's an absolutely enclosed space, walls and windows. And that was the first space we rented out. And 2 guys that knew each other, 2 different businesses, rented it together, Heating Green and Ecotech Energy, solar and heating. And they're in this space and they chat and reinforce each other. And then later on, we started to get more interest in the rest of our space. And if my lovely helper will come up and hold this for us, we can show you sort of what we did. I think our concept is a little bit of a morph of even up. So just in general, you see a big square. This space is 2020 engineering. And we have our workstations, and we have what's affectionately called the reproduction area, where we have big plotters and copiers and all that kind of stuff. So, and then back here at this end is that private space I was telling you about that Jeff and Dana rent. And then for quite a while, we had this big open space. And it went for quite a while, even though we had 3 workstations here. And we were advertising, couldn't get much interest. But in the last 60 days, for some strange reason, we have filled all of this space, and we have somebody talking to us about this space. And this space is without walls, and these have short walls. And I have some pictures if you can see them. These are 12-foot ceilings, and we framed these with, I don't know if you call it those of you, but framing with plexiglass to allow the light go through, and a little bit of a sound muffling, but not a whole lot. And so these 2 spaces are built out that way, and our intention is maybe to build out half of this space if these current folks are interested, and then we can still save this much for what we like to call our party space. Because we like to have events at our building. It's great networking. So this whole space is generally open. There's no walls that go up to the ceiling. And when you rent space here, then we calculated all this common area, and there's common, they can use the flat files, we can collect their mail. Lindsay is, can take your calls, not calls, but mostly visitors and mail. And I just wanted to show just a couple of quick photos. Just real quick of the walls, the semi-private walls that we have put up. If you can see, this is our current open space, and in the back you'll see.
We can tape these up too when you're talking. So in the
back you'll see the plexiglass and framing, sort of like this, but it's only 8 feet high. So it's a semi-private space. And this picture shows we have month-to-month workstations, which this little picture here will show. Folks rent from month to month. The other larger spaces are annual lease. So it's a little different. We're exploring the ideas with Renata of maybe some different ways to use our space. She kind of opened our eyes and we're like, huh, think this through. Because we already have all these existing rents in place.
So you'll be here afterwards, right after lunch, so folks can ask questions, and we can, like Mara said, we can take those
Yeah,
absolutely, and also the plan. Yeah, so awesome. Well, thank you.
Jesse, like Coworking, could you mention just, because I think another thing that's really neat about your space is your sense of community there
Yes.
in terms of
Oh,
like
yes.
how you try and bring people together, pool table, that.
So our theme is sustainability. And so we like to say like-minded sustainable businesses in one facility. So we have like heat and green, we have the solar, we have cost estimator, we have a graphic designer who serves a lot of sustainable businesses. We have a technologies, home technology, green items for the home. So anything sort of related to green technology or engineering is part of our community. And then one of the perks of our building is we have a conference room with a nice table. It's all enclosed, and we have a screen you can project your presentations up on. And then the tabletop comes off and it turns into a billiard table after hours. Mark had to have it, one of those things. So,
Very nice. Great, thank you. So we love that we actually